Football is a global phenomenon fueled by passion, business, and billions of dollars. Yet, beneath this surface, the sport harbors a massive pay gap between men and women. This isn't merely about financial disparity, it's a profound issue of fairness, equality, and the future of the beautiful game itself. The roots of this imbalance run deep, tracing back to a time when women's football, despite its early popularity, was deliberately suppressed. In the 1920s, women's matches in England were drawing colossal crowds, sometimes exceeding 50,000 spectators. However, this burgeoning movement faced a devastating setback. In 1921, the English FA controversially banned women from playing, deeming it unsuitable for females. This ban lasted for an astonishing 50 years. By the time women's football was finally allowed to return in the 1970s, it found itself decades behind the men's game. This half-century of suppression created a chasm that directly led to the significant pay gap we observe today. Let's confront the stark reality with some numbers that truly highlight this shocking disparity. Cristiano Ronaldo reportedly earns over $200 million annually. Alexia Putellas, the best female player, makes under $1 million. The disparity extends dramatically to prize money. The men's 2022 World Cup boasted a prize pool of $440 million. In stark contrast, the Women's World Cup prize money was a mere $60 million. This represents an astonishing gap of $380 million. One of the most significant battles for equality unfolded in the United States, spearheaded by a team that consistently outperforms its male counterparts. The U.S. women's team stands as a powerhouse, having secured 4 World Cup championships. Despite their unparalleled success, these champions historically earned less than their male counterparts. This glaring injustice led the U.S. women's team to take decisive action. In 2019, they courageously sued their own federation for gender discrimination. After years of intense legal proceedings, they achieved a historic victory in February 2022, securing a settlement that guaranteed equal pay with the men's team. This was a monumental turning point, a beacon of hope demonstrating that change is possible. However, the broader fight for global equality in football is far from over. The pay gap issue is not confined to the US, it resonates across Europe and beyond. So, what is the situation like in Europe? In England, the average weekly wages in the Premier League for men hover around £60,000. In contrast, the Women's League sees average weekly wages of approximately £2,000. In Spain, Barcelona's women's team consistently dominates the Champions League, yet their earnings remain a mere fraction of what their male teammates make. Similarly, in France, PSG's women's team, despite their prowess, do not even come close to matching the astronomical salaries of PSG's superstar male players. This issue extends beyond just paychecks. It encompasses fundamental aspects like training facilities, access to top-tier stadiums, and overall investment in the women's game. Across the globe, women players are bravely raising their voices, demanding the recognition and respect they deserve. Norway's Ada Hegerberg famously boycotted the 2019 World Cup to protest inequality, making a powerful statement. Spain's women's team threatened mass resignations to protest their treatment. In Australia, players launched a robust campaign for equal pay before the 2023 Women's World Cup. These acts of defiance are not merely about contractual disputes, they are profound statements about respect, dignity, and the inherent value of women in sport. Ultimately, football thrives on the passion of its fans. Women's football is unequivocally proving its immense audience appeal. The 2023 Women's World Cup shattered records, becoming the most watched women's tournament in history, reaching 18.6 million broadcast viewers and an additional 3.82 million online. Barcelona's women's team famously filled Camp Nou with 90,000 fans, setting a world record for attendance at a women's club match. The only missing elements are equal recognition, equitable investment, and the systemic changes needed to bridge this persistent gap. Critics often resort to the same tired excuse: women's football doesn't bring in as much money. This argument, however, conveniently overlooks historical context and systemic biases. Men's football didn't spontaneously generate billions overnight. It evolved over 100 years of consistent investment, strategic sponsorships, and lucrative TV deals. Imagine the trajectory of women's football if it had been afforded the same opportunities and sustained investment from its very inception. Its commercial value is projected to reach €686 million by 2033. So, what concrete solutions can we implement to address this pervasive issue and foster true equality in football? Firstly, equal pay in national teams, following the groundbreaking US example, must become a global standard. Secondly, sponsorship equality is crucial. Major brands need to step up and invest equitably in women's sports. Thirdly, better media coverage is essential, ensuring more women's matches are broadcast on television and digital platforms. Finally, robust investment in youth programs is paramount, providing young girls with the same opportunities and resources that boys currently enjoy. By taking these critical steps, the persistent gender pay gap in football will finally begin to close, paving the way for a more equitable and inclusive future for the sport. Football is a universal language, a source of joy and unity, and it belongs to everyone who cheers, everyone who plays, and everyone who deeply loves the game. Right now, women players are still courageously fighting for this fundamental equality. Every significant revolution starts with a single, determined step. The U.S. women's national team has shown the world that achieving equal pay is not just a dream, but a tangible reality. Their victory serves as a powerful blueprint for others to follow. The rest of the world now needs to embrace this momentum and follow suit, ensuring that fairness prevails across all leagues and national teams. The time for change is now. So, here's the crucial question for you. Do women footballers truly deserve equal pay for their talent, dedication, and success? Or should this glaring gap be allowed to persist? Share your thoughts and perspectives in the comments below, because this vital debate is only just beginning. Subscribe to 90 Minutes for more insightful discussions on scandals, debates, and the untold stories that shape the world of football. Join our community.